computer. Okay, welcome back to the last session of our forum live session as well, right? Thank you, Ajahn Vashini, you come first. And thank you, Ajahn Pinchand, for coming and made the decisions for today that we really need to start. And also the teacher. And again, congratulations to our teachers that you just got like the level up of your position, Ajahn Shoktari Khosasam. That's great. From the news from Leung Nok Tha team. Right. So just before we start, what do you do for your long holidays? What your plan for the long holiday? Me, now I'm in Trang. I'm come to make the merit to my dad-in-law. He passed away and it's 100th day. He was born here in Trang. So now I'm in Trang in the hotel. What about you guys? Tell us a little bit.
I'm in my home now and like make a merit as well with my mom. Went to the temples.
Great. I see you. I'm a fan of you on Facebook. Great. Okay, Pinchan, say that, please.
I practice student to go to candle festival.
Ah, great. And how was it?
It's great because there is a art teacher, the organizer from town to practice student. I just go with them and help them a little.
Right. So also tomorrow, Pimpisa going to join the Candle Festival in Ubon Ratchathani. Don't forget to shoot a lot of photos. I just kind of want to hear from Ajahn Atitiyapar and Ajahn Vashini and Ajahn Prapin. Just a little bit short about yourself. Ajahn Mariwan as well. You just come. Thank you very much. You make it. Right. So how's it going for you guys, please?
Today I went. All right. You first. Okay, today I went to Wat Tham Kwa Sawan Temple to pay respect to the Buddha, and then came back to Ubon Ratchathani to join the candle festival by my husband's house.
So it's the time to celebrate, right? So who else, please? You can tell us what's your plan
I
or what
stay
have you
at
done?
home and take care of my baby.
All right. Sounds good. Right. You can have a rest, good time during that we have here.
I'm stay at home. Nowhere to go.
Prapin Ajahn, I heard that Warapon, our friends, she now is in the hospital. Just make sure that everything's okay. I think that it's about sighting. Right. She's got operation. Right. Right. All right, guys. Unit 2, Unit 1, Unit 3, and review Module 5 or Module 4.
5.
Great. So today is our last live session at HCEC. But again, don't forget you have a town hall on the 25th or 26th Atitya Park.
August.
Yeah, August. So you will see. If something changes, I'll inform you later. But now we have an appointment already. So what have we done? Right. Right.
Module 6 today.
Today is Module 6.
Okay, that's my fault. Right. So again, Module 6. What is it about? Let's go with a little bit catch up. How is it and what is it about? What did you learn from that one?
Assessment and review.
Right.
Formal assessment.
Right. From the forum that I heard and I see your you're joining. I see that many of you have a different perspective, but is similar to each other. Right. In the catch up here, can I like get some information from you guys? How's your experience in assessment in your classroom? Start from Ajahn Chokturi, please.
All right. So the assessment that I been with, have been working with my students, it's the way like I like to assess in the qualitative method. Like I like to assess them by like observing or like working with them without doing the like paper exam or doing on the paper only. So the thing that I would like to tell my student before I'm going to work with them is that I really want their attempt, want their like a positive attitude, or like it will be like qualitative way, not quantitative ways. So that's my and I can observe that most of my students, they like to be assessed when they didn't know that they are going to be assessed. So that's why I really love to work with them. After that, I just want them to grow up. When I told the final result, or I told them, you already assessed by this activity, something like that.
Great. So the earlier post that we got from Ajahn Atitiyapar and Ajahn Pension, both of you also mentioned about like how you manage the classroom and assess them. And also it seemed that they both like your both class have a really positive result of the student emotion or like a feedback. So can you share a little bit something that you find out from your class to our friends here, please?
And then for me, I have the test after each unit, and then they have to make the test via Google form, and then I gave them the limitation only one time. I told them first, but they quite worried about the score, and after sorry ไปเล่นข้างนอกก่อน I'm
No,
sorry.
no worry, no worry. Say hi. We can say hi to her, mom, right? No worry.
Okay. Okay, and then after they have known their results of the assessment, they know that they have known their score, and then I allow them to improve their points as much as they can, as much as they can. And then they quite enjoy with this way, because they will know how to practice, and they will read more about the test, something like this, that they don't feel worried about my test anymore.
Right. So test and assessment is it the same, Ajahn Vashini and Ajahn Pinchan? Sorry. So Pinchan, you also can talk about your experience as well, but is it much different or the same?
Yeah, similar, because I chop the score to little by little, like this period to score to something small. If you do this type, you can get 2. If you cannot, you get only 1. So
Right.
little by little.
Good.
So students feel positive and enjoy to get that. Not too hard for them.
Thank you very much. All right. So from two of you, it seemed like you think about more about the teacher, like assess the student, or the student have been tested by the teachers. Do you think that we can do something like some activity that we can assess, and how is it happened, right? So in your breakout room now, I would love you to just a little bit catch up with the 2 questions, right? Ajahn Perpin, what are the two questions? Can you have a look, please?
First one, how was Module 6?
Mm-hmm.
And second one, have you tried any of the idea, activities, or what happened?
All right. Ajahn Ganjani, will you talk in a big room or breakout room?
I think breakout room would be better.
That's great. So that I love it as well. Ajahn Mariwan, do you want 2 breakout rooms or 3 breakout rooms? 3 or 2? Microphone, please. Okay, I create 3 for you. Let's go. 3 breakout room. Talk about the 2 questions. How was the module full, and have you tried any of these activities, or how did you find it from the ideas in the teaching classroom? Let's go. Join the breakout room.
Yeah. Yeah, we
So how
can
was it?
support each
Yeah.
other.
Yes,
Yeah, so for module 6, we have to talk about the assessment and review.
yeah, but
Yeah,
it's like informal assessment.
yeah, we have to know about the difference between formal and informal assessment to help our students to prepare for the formal exams that they would like to get the higher score for study and the higher education, like joining the universities and use some English terms to talk in the classroom in many ways of assessment. The thing that I have known because yeah, yes.
Can I ask you about like you talk about like a final exam, like a formal,
Yeah.
informal, right? So assessment for learning or assessment, what's that? Of learning.
Assessments for assessments
Assessment
for
for
of
learning
learning.
and assessment of
For
learning.
learning.
Which one is assessment for sorry, which one is assessment of learning? Final exam or peer feedback?
Final exam.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Again, yeah, final exam. So in assessment for learning in our class, you do the different thing during the have the lessons, right? That's would be
Yeah.
good. I would love you to talk more about assessment for learning, right? How you do it. And I will ask this question in the club as well. Let's go.
Oh,
All right.
all right. Have you tried it before?
We already finished.
Yes.
Okay.
The activity. The second question, the activity.
Oh, I miss
Hello.
the the group leaders here. I need to listen to you. All right, but I caught by one group. I talked to them, right? So we have two kind of assessment, right? AFL and AOL, right? Assessment for learning and assessment of learning. Do you know what are these one, right? Which one is midterm test Assessment of learning for learning.
Of learning,
Great.
AFL. Yes.
That's right. So we know the result of their long progress, or maybe the
Yes.
period in a certain period of time. What about? Can you give me the list of examples more about a if or like assessment for learning? So because I would love you to have more examples. What are they that you use in your classroom? Right. So the test itself, the interval itself, and also was that the self-reflection could be some examples of something that we can see the pictures. But can you give the list of some example? I would ask you in the big group how are they, or how many are they that can you list? Please do.
Uh, pronunciation, assessment,
Mhm.
vocabulary check, uh, something sentence.
Variety of techniques. It's just like we can monitor student during the lesson, ask the questions, and we have a small test for like pronunciation, speaking, reading, and writing. I don't focus on grammar during the lessons, and during the lesson it's quite informal, make it fun, flexible, relaxed, and friendly for the student. Sometimes in the writing, like writing a small test, I give them like they need to write by using the given or the target structure in like a small book, how you present in the postcard. They can have a variety of like tasks, both pair work, group work, or individual work. But for the formal or summative test, so we need to judge and give the grade. So we need to have a test. That's why we need to evaluate for skill, and they need to give a grade, and we want to tell the parents how their children have learned and what are their level. But it's like formal than during the lesson. Mhm.
It's very clear, Mariwan and Choktui and Ajahn Washini. Even from your comments in your forum, I see that, and I thought that three of you very clear about how you're going to design the assessment, whether it's summative test or whether it's assessment for learning. But again, we have two terms that I would like to promote in the talks today, like assessment for learning and assessment of learning. So just one question that you're going to add in a big group. What is the benefit of like using these two things, right? Can you guys list more the advantages of these using or try to promote this in the classroom, right? So even we have an portion con, but I want you to see the better pictures or the positive ways of using these two terms. Okay, you have a few minutes to talk more. Go.
Mm, the
That's what
benefit of
assessment for learning. For learning, I think for learning, it's not the formal assessment,
Good, great,
and
correct.
it will help
yeah
improve the
yeah
learners. Like why
we can
let's
have we can have our lesson better, or maybe if the student they are not good at the lesson, we something we can change our lesson
Yes, all
plan.
right. All right.
That's what the student
I cannot hear.
Hello, welcome back again. Don't forget that today, this is the first period of catch up, and we're going to relate it to number 2, right? Assessment, right? In the big group and also small group, I heard a lot of good things, but can any one of you here in the group, maybe one group, like a group 1 or group 2 or group 3, can talk about what is the difference between formal and informal? Or I use the different word, okay? AFL and AOL, right? Assessment for learning and assessment of learning, right? Which one is assessment for learning? Informal or formal?
Informal.
Informal.
Great. We understand in the same page right now. So, right, can you tell what is the difference of two things, please, from the discussion?
Actually, from our group, we discussed about assessment for learning. That's mean it will be like the informal methods of the assessment, and assessment for learning we can develop, we can improve, or we can like adjust to be in the appropriate way, or it should the student. But assessment of learning, it's mean maybe it might stop and then might stop learning, and then they assess what the outcome or the product from the assessment.
Great. So all correct, clear. What more about, can you give the list of the two kinds of the two things that we have a lot of examples in your discussion in the forum of the Facebook, but please shout it out now, please. Here, I see that the like assess the pronunciation with the peer feedback. What else that you can do?
Check understanding of student, like question and talk to their peer and help together, like a questionnaire and
Great. Do you guys use a lot of self-assessment? Right, I mean, you give them to assess themselves or reflect themselves.
they reflect themselves and recording themselves and listen to themselves.
That's
their pronunciation.
right. Oh, okay. That's all for the like the catch up. So not only we learned from ourselves in the asynchronous module, but now we're going to take a look more why we use this one. Why we need to use this one. Of course, at an assessment, we have the reason why we want informal assessment more in our classroom. Ajahn Tia Park, do you have any reason why do we want informal assessment more and more to promote in our classroom?
Yes, for AFL, it can be difficult to check answers in large class, that we can ask students to work in pairs, but it may be easier to ask them to check their answers as group. One way to do is number the rows in our classrooms. Yes, and we have to remember all of things that it is informal assessment by asking students questions or checking student understand and giving students time to think. This is quite good for them and help our students to see and answer the questions that they have learned.
Wow, that's long. Oh, let's have a look at this one. Right. Oh, sorry. How many reasons are there that I shows on the screen?
5.
5. Can you think about your experience? Which one you agree more? Oh, sorry, which one that you couldn't agree more? Right. And why? And exactly, I would love you to share about your experience. let's start from me first. I think that I like number 5, and I agree number 5 a lot. I think that the teachers can help the student who are having the difficulty, right? So in our English class, we have strong student, weak student. So when we see something that they couldn't learn, it's hard to learn. So I kind of find student who need help. And also in some topic, there's a different topic that they are interested in. So some topic, it's the most difficult for them. So I think that probably that we can think about how many are of my student I help sometimes in the classroom. Lately, I have one class. We did the conversational about like what's going to happen next 10 year. But again, there's about like a 4 student. They don't really have their plans, or they don't really have their like a future idea, because they never think about that. They say that I just want to finish Matthew 6 and I don't want to do something more in Thai. They talk to me. So I think that probably that they can hear a lot of ideas from their friends first, even like a take them in some group that they can discuss more about that topic. So when they get more idea in the end of the class, you know that after I get help, after I observe them, this is one kind of assessment, right? After I observe and interview them, I put them into the group. So we got support from the the teams. Later on in the end of the class, they have some idea to discuss in the end of the summary of that classroom. That's it. Okay. Now let's have just 30 seconds. Think about number 1, number 2, 3, or 4, or 5. Which one you agree more, and how is it?
I agree
Oh,
number 2.
Ajahn Penchan, you come directly. Go. Let's go.
Yeah, number 2, because sometimes I always change my lesson from the plan A, plan B, because plan A cannot work with the student in some class. So I change the plan, but the aim of the class is the same aim, but the method or the how to use the language or how to access them, I change. So I agree with the number 2.
Great. Thank you. Ajahn Penchan, you can note, or someone else can volunteer talking about this, please.
คุณ Miss Pimpisa. Next. How about you, Miss Pimpisa?
Okay, I agree with number 1. Teacher can see how much students are learning, because if they can do the assessment in informal way in the class, that they are happy, and the teacher will know that they are learning what they are learning and how they learn that activities or get some knowledge from the activities. That's good for informal, I think.
Great. So number 1, is it right? So sorry again.
Yes, number 1.
Right. Good. Ajahn Pimpisa, you can note, or you can give someone.
Teacher Maliwan, please.
All right. I think number 1, the same as Pimpisa, because when we teach the student in class, we know how much the students are learning from the activity that we have them done in the class. If they can speak, they can listen, or they can write something, that means they have learned a lot. But if not, maybe number 2 or number 5, so we have to solve or change later. I think number 1.
All right. Great. Thank
I
you.
agree with number 1. Okay.
So you have your buddy, right, Pimpisa? Maliwan, you can note, or who else can like join the conversation? This.
I choose Pippa Print. teacher ปะพินค่ะ
Okay, thank you, teacher Maliwan. I think I choose number 3. Student can show the teacher how much they understand. Because so after we let them to do activity like a mingle activities, so they can walk around and ask their friends. So some can talk with friends in English, but some can talk with friends in Thai, and somebody cannot read some word in conversation or in question, something like that. So that's why we have to do, or we want informal assessment for why we do activity. Maybe it's make a student more relaxed
All right.
than testing.
So I really like that 4 of you that mentions before, and also like many people said earlier about like we change the classroom, and also we also change the emotion or the feeling towards our English classroom. Very good. Sorry, Ajahn Mapin, let's go. Who else you think that you can?
Okay, teacher Shotavi.
All right. So, okay, we go in team, and for me, I agree with student feel that the teachers know they are learning well. I think because when I like did the lesson with my student, I think some student they are good, or some student they are like poor in learning, but the teacher will know they're learning very well, and then we can support even the strong English student if they like to require more language or more learning, so we can put some stuff, or we can improve them separately, or involve them to learn with their friends or with their peers in the lesson. So I think the student, they will feel relaxed and they feel enjoyable with the class if the teacher like my student, I know what my student can do, can learn, and we can support them to be better in every stage.
Very good. Thank you, my friend teachers. That's sorry, my fault. That many of you can raise a discussion towards why we want more informal assessment. If we can think about that, we can apply these idea and these reasons more and more, you will see the energies of your classroom would change as well. Right. Oh, my situations of my throat. Let's go. I need some water. Come on. Don't worry about that. You cannot you don't have a chance for this template. But let's look at here. Let's look at here. All right. Ajahn Washini, what is the question of the on the screen here, please?
What technique can you remember from the module for informal assessment?
So say it if you remember. Hands up who think, who used this. All right, good. All right. Tell us how is it like?
It's like checking understanding. So we can use this one. Who know this word? Who understand the hands up? Something like that.
Correct. So first come, first serve. Thank you, Ajahn Penchan. Come on. ABC, multiple choice, show card. Who did this? Tell that, please. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Multiple choice.
Yes.
Check knowledge.
You don't use it. Okay, let me. I can share. I'm a tutor, right? And also I teach the student for doing a test. It's not different from all of you here. Normally, I do the mixed group ability, right? So maybe a group of 4. So we have A, B, C, D, or 1, 2, 3, 4. I ask them to write A on the card, B on the card, C on the card, and then only one student have a chance to show A or B or C, right? So before I show this question on the screen and let them think about which answer that they agree, which one is correct or which one that is not correct. So it's also related to error detections that I did. So they have the discussion before we move on some item or like item to items, right? So that's my idea. So if you don't have, I can do. First come, first serve, go faster than me. Number 3, mini whiteboard.
Yes. Yes,
Say,
I have tried one.
Yeah, me too. I have tried this one.
go, share.
Teacher, yeah. First.
All right. For mini whiteboard, at first I think it's quite hard to find the real whiteboards for them. But after I have seen from the video, we can use any materials for be a whiteboard like plastic bag, and then use the marker that we can erase the words that we have written on the plastic bag. It's quite good to ask our students to write the answer on the plastic bag that we called mini whiteboard, or piece of paper that and show it to us and the rest of the class to see the answer. It's quite good for students who are shy to speak. That's all.
Great, thank you. I see Pimbisa and Choktui respond. They don't listen to us, they're talking to someone.
Hello. I'm sorry.
No worry, it's about that. But we together, right? We know. Come on, go ahead.
All right.
Pimbisa, what do you think about that idea?
So sorry. My children.
Always, no worry. Everyone has that. It isn't different. Go ahead.
It's the same as teacher Atitaya, but I have a mini whiteboard for them. A 10 baht whiteboard, a lovely one, a cartoon. Yes, we have some activity in group, ask them the questions, and they have to write down the answer and hit the bell.
Wow, great.
To show the answer.
Ping pong. That's, you see that she has two gadget, right? One is or 3 gadget: whiteboard, marker, brush, and also the bell. Oh, that's 4.
Yes.
Go ahead, number 4. Ding dong. Five, 4, 3.
I think it's similar.
Great, go.
Actually I did with like 4 corners. It will be like they agree or disagree, definitely agree or something. They just move and like practice listening, and then the student, they just move themselves and walk to the center, to the left or right corner, like the timeline activity as well.
Great. So do you think that, ask everyone here, do you think traffic light can use for individual? What do you think?
Yeah, I think red is mean like something like I don't understand. And the the green is okay, I understand what you say, and the yellow is mean something not sure.
Great. Shoktui, your idea is great. You said can set a corner to your student and they can move, right? Oh, good.
Yes.
All right. Okay, next one. Come on. Techniques. Technique. Do you use this technique?
Write a question.
For me, I use like a Google form instead of like a write on the paper. I use Google form and then send the link to the student in a group and then let them write something that they don't understand and need to know more, something like that.
Kanchani, adaptation make better every time. Good job. Your tech CV and your student can, and also you can keep the record because write the question is in the paper, right? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Who else? 3, 2, 1. Uh-oh. Summary sentence. 5, 4.
It's maybe can use in Thai if they cannot summary the whole sentence. Maybe they can speak Thai, but solup in Thai can be.
Yes, of course. L1 is one of the technique that we can use in the classroom anytime, right? The more you promote English, the better they learn English. But the Thai can claim that it's one technique to help the student learning as well. 3, 2, 1. Next one, pair and share. Did you use this?
Yes. For me, I did many times.
Great. Explain more. Sorry, mate. I love
think
you. I love you always say yes, and then what's next? I kind of what's more?
I think it's like a presentation. The share, pair and share, like they working together and then share to the teacher or to the classroom. I think it's like a presentation. This one.
From me, my class, I always did it with the speaking lessons. I will allow them to think first. So to reflect themselves from the question or the idea that they need to write. And then I allow them to talk or to share with their partner who's sitting next to them. And after they're sitting next to them for the next round, because I want to drill the confidence in speaking and really want them, provide them to speak many times in the same in order to increase their confidence. So that's why they will go to share with other friends until I think they must share at least 5 times or 7 or at least 10 maybe to drill the atmosphere. It's quite effective. It's quite effective for think pair share in the speaking lessons because the student they can speak with their friends and share without anxiety.
Great. Let's go. I cannot stop more. Let's go right into the notes, underline the problems. Have you done this in your class? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. My turn. Normally I use the sticky note, right? This one. Normally I use the sticky note and then I ask them to write. Okay, wrote something, write something, and then just put it. And then sometimes we ask the student to take one note and talking about that, right? and underline the problems. So probably sometime I wrote something that I found out and asked them whether which one is the problem. so that's one of engage them to think about more deeper, right? So monitor student while speaking and writing. Come on.
I use this one always because when they are speaking or writing, they always find the teacher. So teacher all the time. So I always walking to monitor them because they always need my help.
Great. Thank you. Who else? 5,
This
4.
the same as teacher Penjan, monitor student while speaking.
Mhm.
Not just like observing, I think.
Yes.
Help.
Give them
Let's
a
see.
point.
Yeah, great. Self-assessment complete questionnaire. This is big one. What is it?
It will be self-reflection on answering the question. It will be like the survey or the test or the question that they are going to complete, right?
Agree. So
So I think it's a general survey or the thing what they need or they learn or they just complete with the question that we gave.
right. So we have paper and Google form, right, to use that for the self-assessment. And what do you use any applications out in your classroom to check or self-assessment from the student?
Microsoft Form.
I have tried Padlet.
Oh, great. Padlet. What else? What about Survey Monkey? Have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
Let's try that sometime. So think about that. If you have variety of ways of self-assessment or different kind of question or application, that would be great, right? So Padlet with good one as well. And the last one, checklist speaking or writing student answer. Yes or no?
I saw this one in the book that that come with the lesson plan from the Samnak Pim. This one, but sometimes I use it, but sometimes it's useful, but not all. I need to change some from the checklist because student cannot do all the checklists that they provide. So I need to make myself.
So my last question to you, do you think these technique can be formal or informal?
Informal.
Informal.
Are you sure?
Mhm.
All right. Good. Most of you use this as informal, but to me, sometimes in the project work to judge the student, I use it as assessment of learning. Right. So it's formal for me for something like a self-assessment. This, if they write something and then I accept that and we accept that, I correct as the results of learning as well. So it's different perspective that you write on your semester's plan or course plan also, right? How you going to decide to assess your student in the end of the course, all right? During the course and in the end of the course. You always want multiple choice? Oh, no, think about that. Okay, this is the idea of thing that we did from the assessment. But again, you still have time and time more to try things new in your classroom. Remember that those ideas, just a few of you, shout in each item. So you have chance more to practice and try to adapt. And you always said implement. I like that word. Okay. Okay, the course review. Right here. Ajahn Maliwan, do you think that what we are going to do in the course review?
We will do a short activity to review the content in the
Ah,
class.
right. What is the short activity to review the contents? Right. So in the short these live sessions means to us that how you see the student progress in the short activity that we did like a group discussion or in a breakout room. It can see that how yourself learned towards a synchronized course and also the forum and also the live session even called in a like a town hall, right? So let's look at this one, Ajahn Ganjini. All right, you're going to help me again. All right. There's 7-11 of this course, right? What are they?
Do I have to read all?
Yeah, tell us.
All right, the first, classroom English. The second, motivating students. The third, managing activities. And the fourth, teaching reading. And the fifth, teaching listening. The sixth, teaching writing. And the last one is teaching grammar.
Correct. All right. So again, my question, which one is your favorite? Just if you can have a chance to pick only one. I know I like everything. You can say that, but just pick one to talk it. In your breakout room, just think only one module to talk about that. Right. What did we learn and how was it like? So, Ajahn Prapin, are we going to talk in the big group or small group?
Small group.
So, Ajahn Vachini, are you going to pick 2 elements or 1 element only discuss with the friends that you like?
One element. One
Right.
element.
So now we go to only 2 breakout rooms. 3, 2, 1. Recreate. And you got your room. Go ahead. 4 and 4. Please join.
Suitable with our student. I think it's we can control the class as good as we can. So that's why I choose managing activity. Okay.
Okay. I agree with.
Hang on. I really like. Let me insert myself. Sorry. Thank you, Smimisa.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. Ajahn Prapin, even I haven't heard all the like spoken or discussion here, but you also answer what did you learn from this course about was managing the classroom, right? And
Yes.
you also talking about what you have tried from the module and how did it go. And one thing that I would love 3 of you to talk more, what will you do in the future? Okay.
Oh,
All
Yes.
right. So we talk about what we've done, what we like, what we have tried, and how did it go. But don't forget to think about what's next. But Ajahn Prapin, you can go next time. Right. Let's start with Ajahn Pimpisa. Thank you.
When I take this course, I have to review about how to set the context at the beginning of the lesson and how to use like ICQ, CCQ for the student, and how to provide like control practice and guideline for the student. That's why for me, I think I really like how to manage the lesson very much, because when I teach something, I need to keep in mind step by step what is the first one that I need to start when I need to teach something, like I need to use the picture, video clip, or the question to set the context. That's very important for me. And then I need to consider a lot about how to decide the activity that matches the student needs and also the lesson aims. This is very important for me to think about how do I help them and how to teach them that I can reach my learning objective or learning aims at the end. That's why I think managing activities, I really like it, and I loved it, and I can review a lot of this content.
All right. Can I insert myself before the next person's talking? Thank you, everyone. You did a great job. You talk about what you did learn from the course and what you tried and how did you feel about that. And so you also mentioned how did it go. But to the three of you next, don't forget when you reflect on something, what is next? What will you do in the future, right? So we talk about one thing that we've done. Don't forget to talk about one more thing that we'll probably try in the futures. So Maliwan, you can come up with the suggestions again, but I mean, let's Shoktui, Penjan, or Atitya go further than that. Let's go.
What about what we can to do next? Maybe I would like to try the teaching like reading and listening for my student. I think the skill I can have the lesson for them because for example, like listening it's very hard for me. So maybe when I have taught the listening, I just like the student give only the missing word. The next time I need to try like more effective, not just
adapt your textbook. Adapt your textbook and introduce the topic like from the course. They said we have to move on from this topic, move on to this topic. Like make me think like I have to use the word that suitable or update for the teenager nowadays, like a
Mhm.
move on or something like that. Yeah,
Mhm.
so thing like managing activities, the best for this course, I think.
Mhm. What you are going to try?
Going to try teaching about grammar, more activity more than this. Like we know, learning English, you have to learn grammar, grammar in everywhere, like reading, speaking, conversation, have to think more about the activity to motivate them about grammar and change their mind about grammar.
Good. You may have only 1 minute only talking. So, all right. I will end the class. I will end the room soon.
Sure. Next time after this. Yeah. Someone would like to share anything else?
You finished, right? Good. So we're going to end our room now. Okay. Thank you. Hello, Ajahn Penchan. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I think from my observation, I heard that many of you, no, maybe 2 or 3 of you talking about you would like to learn more about grammar in the futures. Am I correct? Maybe 2, right? What else that our friend want to know, will want to know more about this in the futures?
Motivation.
Motivation, the student, right?
Yeah.
So let's have a look what in the motivations of learning our student or of our student. It could be right in the managing our lessons, right? And also in module 1, I'm going to send you the links of how you can make your classroom better from module 1 and module 2. But have a look on with together with like a teaching grammar in units this one. Okay. I think that we have some interesting idea from teaching writing poster with a practical idea. I'm now going to send you this link in the chat, right? You can copy and download it, right? So shall we have a look? Shall we have a look on this link? What is it happen? Ting, ting, ting. Security say that something happened, teacher Tor. So it teachings from website of British Councils. All right. So about teaching grammar writing. So we have some download issues and some idea that you can download and use, tried it in your classroom. So when teaching grammar or teaching idea have some issue, like Ajahn Pimpisa and two of you text me directly talking about you need some more resources, I'll send to you directly to you. All right. But if you think that it's useful for everyone, you can ask in the group anytime, right? Okay. Don't forget to copy the links that I just sent you to the Zoom message or Zoom chat, right? So did you get right? Teaching poster and writing idea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure you copy the link already, right? And then make it like your favorite, then you can study. And again, if you want more link or even more further study, I would love to share with you guys more and more. Haha. Do you think it's now going to finish, right? Yes, everyone, yes, yes. All right. I know you're tired from traveling to Wanrachitani from the Canon Festival, right? So we finish with a discussion in a group, and we see that you see yourself in the pictures. You reflect yourself, and also you have a group discussion talking about how you can improve yourself. Think about this. Can these actually back to your student? Do you think that you can use this activity to your student? Right. After learning something, have them talking about that. What do you think, Prapit? Mm-hmm. What do you think, Prapin? Do you think that you could try this to your classroom with the 4 questions?
What did you learn from this?
Today I learned about hobbies.
Okay.
I tried it in my classroom and then I found that. And
Okay, I think so. After we finish this course, I can use some technique with our student. For example, like writing techniques, like we plan. So because I think writing is not easy for some student. It's quite difficult, I think so. So I will use the technique from reboot that we learn and share with friends.
right.
And share with my student for the future.
The soon future.
So.
My future is next week. Is it the same future?
Next 2 weeks.
All right. So I do before you then. And so again, we can talk about it later. Okay. Good. So now it's time to you, right? I would love you to spend only 2 minutes, right? 2 minutes only with yourself, right? And you're going to answer this question for you, right? Write it first, 2 minutes, and then go back to our big room. Then we'll talk about this in pair. Right. So Ajahn Kanchani, will you write or will you go to bed within 2 minutes?
Can we choose the second?
You have the right to choose,
But
but
it's
now,
okay.
right?
We're gonna make it done.
Great. So, Ajahn Atitya, what are the 3 questions that you're going to think about what you're going to write?
The thing that I have to write is what did I learn from this course, and what will I have changed now the course that finished, and what will I do in the future to continue improving.
You can write on the presentation and show with your friend, or you can write in the chat, right? Okay, so I have 2 choice to you: write in the Zoom chat or write in the presentation, then you can show to your friend. So which one you prefer, Wachini?
Chat.
อาจารย์เพ็ญจันทร์วันแชทใช่ไหมคะโอเค in the chat
You
Chat,
love your
chat
you
is
love your
better.
friend a lot. Okay.
yeah
So now
up to
everyone
our member
2 minutes writing the summaries in the chat Zoom. Right. So 2 minutes now. Go showing times. 2 minutes.
You assess me, right, Mr. Tor? You assess us, right?
yes
No, your time, thinking times. Let's go. Wow, that's great. That's great. So now in the last breakout room, Ajahn Choktavi and your friend, our friends here, you're going to compare you and your friends in the group, whether which one is the same or which one similar or which one is different. So now, are you going to work in pair or group, Ajahn Washini?
In group.
Pair. In pair.
In pair.
Right. So,
Okay.
right. So
Okay.
let's compare with our friend. Just only 1 minute, okay? In the group. Open the room for you. Let's go.
จะเลือกหัวข้อเนี่ย
I think the one we write a while
Yes.
ago, we are the same in
Yes.
motivation and what's that? Motivation and what I write.
Managing.
Okay.
Managing.
Yeah.
Managing activities.
For me, I think the motivation is very important for students.
I have learned I will change how to manage activity in my class to be more effective, step by step, not confuse my student or
my lessons in order to remember and make it practice more with my student, my class, because I think if we don't implement it, we will forget. We will forget what we have learned. So that's why
Yes.
I think I am going to change my class into the way of like make some suggestion or learn from what we have from the reboot and then implement.
Yeah.
In classroom, right? Managing activity and how to teach for skill and also grammar for our students. And so what I have changed now, I think change a little bit because I need to think too much what I'm gonna teach my student. And we need to consider like I said in my before breakout room, right? I think about the learning aims, how to run the activities, how to use the technique step by step,
Hello, teacher. I have no clue at all about you discuss in pair. Thank you very much. I, as a coach, working with you, as a trainer, seeing you learn with your community, including me, we pass it. I mean, we approve ourselves, sorry. We approve ourselves and we learned that things every day in the online class, you with yourself, things in the forum with communities, and things here, we in the big discussion learning community as well. And now we'll come back to no more clue that how you guys smart and how you guys really practical in terms of teachings. So you can be the master as you wish, and you will be the hope of your community as well. And me learn from you a lot. That is only one. In the futures that I want to continue to improve myself is how I am going to create more, how many more I can create learn communities, smart learning communities like you guys. That's only my wish for the next time. Thank you. อาจารย์เพียบพริ้นอาจารย์พิมพิสา when you see this template you always have the question, right?
No.
No.
All right, so no more question. อาจารย์Washini, what did we learn from the unit 1 today?
Unit 1, tell the difference between formal and informal assessment. You know, students prepare for formal exams. Use some English term to talk about different kind of assessment.
อาจารย์อาทิตยา what unit 2 that you learned from us today?
Yes, for unit 2, we learned about describe the benefits of informal assessment and use some simple assessment techniques in our classes.
And the unit 3 course review done with you too and the club as well. Great. If you have any more questions before we leave, what do you think? Ajahn Penchan, my big boss. I always
like-
claim you my big boss because we have you the eldest here, and I love you.
Yeah, I'm the oldest, so but I love learning with you since before. I love you since before because you are active and you are my model, model teacher.
Without
And-
Ajahn Ganchani, I cannot claim that I'm good enough. Without Ajahn Shoktavi and my friend Prapin or everyone's here, I cannot claim that I do my best. So you are the result of the communities of learning, and I am a part of that. Okay. Love to
So-
be with you.
no more live session, right?
Don't forget you have you have a task that you're going to submit and send it to the group.
Okay.
It's your choice. Make it, do it, or refuse it, ignore it. Right? It's your choice, and we choose the choice for everyone. Great. All right, we catch up. Anthony, did we do an assessment number 2?
Yes, sorry. Can you tell me again? So
Have you done an assessment number 2?
assessment?
Yes. Say yes.
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 My pen is quite full right now.
Oh, it's 9 o'clock, right? Shoktavi, have you done a course review yet?
Absolutely, yes.
All right, we
Or
have done.
have you done in pair or in group?
here.
Great.
Kosovo.
And we have no question, but we have all the best to you. Bye bye. Bye bye. See you again. Goodbye. ใครจะ screenshot?
Thank you so much, everyone.
I will take a screenshot. Right.
Who will take the screenshot? I cannot do that.
Me.
All right, please do.
But
3,
everyone should
2, 1. Bye bye. I'll climb in. Bye bye. All the best.